today is going to be mainly upper body. We're going to try to do as much back work as we can, which is a bit hard when it's all body weight, but we'll see how we go. We'll start off with our normal warm-up, so we'll just do some arm circles. We'll try and get our shoulders nice and warm today before we get into the workout, because it's going to be really heavy on the shoulders. Just make smaller circles. And as small as you can, and try and go a little bit faster if you can. Alright, change direction, so nice and big. Go a little bit smaller. And as small as you can. Alright, go one arm forward and one arm backwards. And change direction. Alright, we're going left over right, right over left. And we go up and down. Alright, we'll do some rotations as well. There's not much whole body stuff, but we still want to make sure it's warm. Alright, we'll go circles with our hips. And change direction. Feet together, circles with knees. And change direction. Right, one foot in the air, toe circles. And change direction. And top sides. And change direction. Right, next warm up we're going to do, it's like a reverse glide. So what we're going to do is have 90-degree angle with your hips, and you're coming out just in line with your shoulders. With your arms, you want to really focus on squeezing through your shoulder blades. So we'll do 10 like that. Really focus on squeezing at the top of the movement. Once you've done 10, we're going to do 10 at a 45-degree angle between your shoulder and your hip. So essentially it's the same thing, but you should be able to feel it in a slightly different part of your back. Once we've done 10, we're going to turn our palms so they're facing upwards, and they're going to be up against our sides. So again, it should be the same sort of movement pattern, but you should feel it in a little bit of a different spot in your shoulder blades. Really focus on that squeeze. Alright, next what we're going to do, on our hands and knees, we're just going to extend upwards, so you're rotating through your upper back. So these are called thoracic rotations. It's going to do 10 on each side. So we're not racing through it. We want to try and open up through your chest. Get as much range of motion as you can. Let's do a couple more. Standing up, we'll just do 10 squats as well, just so we warm up our legs. So make sure our toes are pointed out slightly, heels on the ground, and just squatting down. Let's do 10. So make sure you keep your chest nice and high, torso as straight as possible. Once you've done our 10, once you drop down to the bottom, if you can, and we're going to do rotations from the bottom of your squat. So same sort of movement as what we just did before, just rotating through that upper back. So it should be able to feel the muscles in your shoulder blades and your lats working. You might be able to feel a bit of a stretch through your chest as well. We're just going to do 10 of these. Couple more. Alright, and rest. Alright, so today's workout, we're going to have three exercises and a 30-second rest. So we've got 3 exercises, 30 seconds of each. We're going to do it 4 times through and then we'll rest. So we've got 30 seconds of bent over reverse flyers, which were the ones that we just did in our warm-up. Alright, so 30 seconds of them. So make sure you're squeezing through your shoulder blades. We've got 30 seconds of downward dog push-ups. So we're in like a sort of like a yoga pose here. You want your heels off the ground, and we're just doing those sort of push-ups. Alright, so it targets your shoulders a lot more than it does your chest. Slightly different movement pattern. You can make it harder by bringing your head all the way to the ground, and you can play around with the distance between your hands and your feet as well. And then the third exercise we've got, which we did the other week, is just a high plank row. So you're in a high plank position and you're just rowing up towards your side. Alright, if you want to add weight, you can, but the idea is as you're coming up, squeeze through those shoulder blades and then back down. So you're going to do 30 seconds of each, a 30-second rest at the end of the plank, sorry, the end of the plank row. We're going to do that 4 times through. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to get set up, and then we'll get into it. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and go. So we've got 30 seconds of our reverse flies to begin with. So in all of these movements, make sure you focus on keeping your upper back nice and tight, and concentrate on that squeeze at the top of the movements. Halfway. And change. So into your downward dog position, and we've got push-ups. Ten seconds to go. And change. So your high plank rows. So focus on that squeeze at the top of the movement. Fifteen seconds. And rest. So rest for 30 seconds. We've got 3 more rounds. If the exercises are too easy, you can always add weight for your reverse flies or your plank rows. But 30 seconds is a long time. Alright. Starting in 5, downward dog, 30 seconds of push-ups. Halfway. And change. So into your high plank, 30 seconds of rows. Really focus on squeezing at the top of that movement. And rest. So we've got 2 rounds to go. Alright, starting in 10 seconds. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Back to our reverse flies. Halfway. And change. So if you downward dog and push-ups. Ten seconds to go. And change. So if you're high plank, 30 seconds of rows. Halfway. And rest. Alright, we've got 1 more round to go. Alright, let's get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Last round. So make sure you focus on that squeeze. Ten seconds. And change. Downward dog. And go for it. Almost there. And change. Alright, last 30 seconds. High plank rows. Fifteen seconds to go. And rest. grab a drink, rest for a minute while I go through the next lot of exercises. We're going to structure it the same way, so 30 seconds of each, with 30-second rest. The 3 exercises we've got. We're in a high plank. We've got shoulder taps. So opposite hand tapping opposite shoulder. If you need to, just drop onto your knees. But yeah, it's just opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Exercise 2, nice and simple, push-ups. If we're going to do it on our knees, just make sure it's a straight line between your shoulder and your knee. So we're not doing push-ups with your bum sticking up in the air. Alright, straight line, down and up. So our push-ups, and our last one, I'm not sure what we call them, Superman arm extensions. Make sure in position that you can see me. So on our stomach, you're going to lift your arms up in the air, coming up and down, up and down. It's up to you if you want to have your head off the ground or if you want to rest your forward on the ground. Totally up to you. Having your head off is going to use the muscles along your spine. Resting it down will obviously disengage those. But the idea with those Superman arm extensions is that you're squeezing through your shoulder blades again. So we're not relaxing and we keep them tight. And then yeah, 30-second rest at the end of that one. We're going to do 4 rounds. Give me a couple of seconds to get set up. Alright, we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So high plank, shoulder taps. If you need to, you can drop down onto your knees. Halfway. And change. So straight into your push-ups. If you're going to go on your knees, just make sure it's a straight line between your knees and your shoulders. Don't want your bum sticking up in the air, but we also don't want our lower back to sag either. And change. So your Superman arm extensions. Really focus on squeezing through those shoulder blades. Try not to let your arms touch the ground. You've got 10 seconds to go. And rest. Cool. It's 1 round down, 3 more to go. Starting in 10 seconds. Alright. 3, 2, 1, and go. Shoulder taps. Halfway. And change. Straight into your push-ups. Make sure you got a straight line between your knees and your shoulders. and change. Superman arm extensions. Ten seconds to go. And rest. Cool, we're halfway. All right, let's get ready for round 3. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So back to your shoulder taps. Ten seconds to go. And change. So straight into your push-ups. Keep that core nice and tight. Almost there. And change. You got 10 seconds to go. Try to keep those arms off the ground. And rest. Good, we've got one more round to go. Almost there. All right, starting in 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Last round, last one of shoulder taps. Ten seconds to go. And change. Down to your push-ups. Halfway. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and change. Last exercise, then we get a rest. Got 10 seconds to go. And time. Good, grab a drink. We'll have a rest for a little bit. We're going to finish off with a little bit of core and some glute work. Not too much though. How we got time? We've got a few minutes left. All right. While you're resting, I'll run through the next exercise, or next 2 exercises. We've got walkout bridges. Squeeze through your glutes, get your hips up off the ground, and then we're just going to walk our feet out, walk our feet back in. Walk them out, walk them back in. So 30 seconds of them, and we're supersetting that with our leg raises. Hands under your butt, straight legs, up and down. If you want to make it harder, just have your head and shoulders off the ground, and that activates the top half of your abs as well. So we'll rest another 15 seconds, and then we'll get into it. We're just going to do 3 rounds of those, back to back, so no rest in between. 30 seconds of each, 3 times through. So let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. So just walking out, walking back in. Really focus on keeping those glutes nice and tight. Make sure you keep those hips rotated as well. We've got 10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and change. So straight into your leg raises. You don't have to have your hands under your butt, but if you feel that your lower back's working too hard, having your hands under there just changes the angle of your hips slightly. So it should take the pressure off it. About 10 seconds. And change. So straight back into your walkout bridges. We've got 10 seconds to go. And change. So straight into your leg raises. Try and keep those legs straight if you can. Halfway. And change. So we've got 1 more round. 1 minute to go. Seconds. Almost there. Just keep those glutes nice and tight. And change. Last lot of leg raises. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time.